Welcome all. Today we will study about the chemical reactions. So what are chemical reactions? A chemical reactions takes place when one or more substances undergo a chemical change and they form a new substance that are called new products with or without energy change. For example, A plus B is reacting, it is forming a product where A and B are called as reactants and C is known as the products. So the substances that undergo changes are called as reactants and the substances that are formed as a result of chemical changes are called as products. Let's see different types of chemical reactions. So they are mainly, these are the types of chemical reactions. First is combination reaction, second is decomposition, third is displacement, fourth is double displacement, and fifth is oxidation and reduction reaction. Let's see in brief the different types of chemical reactions. First is combination reaction. In which two or more reactants or substance they react and form a new product. For example, here A plus B is reacting and forming a product C. So A and B are reactant and C is the product. Decomposition reaction. It is in this reaction a single substance will break into two or more substances. That is known as decomposition reaction. AB reactant will split into A and B product. Next is displacement reaction. So it is a chemical reaction in which one element displaces the another element from its compound and it takes that place. So it depends upon the reactivity of the metals. For example, we can say that A reactant and B and C is also reactant. So A will displace B from BC. So it will form AC plus B. It means that A is more reactive than the B. That is why it is able to displace B from BC. For this, you have to know about reactivity series, which I will tell in future classes. Next is double displacement reaction. In this reaction, there will be the exchange of ions between the reactants. For example, we can show like that AB plus CD. AB is one reactant and CD is another reactant. There will be the exchange of ions. It may form AD plus BC. AD and BC. Exchange of ions takes place. So this type of reaction is known as double displacement reaction. Next, we will see about oxidation reaction and reduction reaction. Oxidation means addition of oxygen to a substance, or it is also known as removal of hydrogen from a substance. Then next is reduction reaction, in which reduction reaction, removal of oxygen from a substance or addition of hydrogen to a substance is known as reduction reaction. So remember, both oxidation and reduction are opposite. In oxidation, we add oxygen and we take out hydrogen. Whereas in reduction, we add hydrogen and we take out oxygen. So one simple example for this I will tell. Copper oxide reacts with hydrogen and forms copper plus water. See, in this reaction, addition of oxygen from hydrogen, it is forming water, means oxygen is added in this reaction. So this is known as oxidation reaction. And removal of oxygen is known as reduction. So from copper oxide, we are getting copper. Oxygen is removed. That is why this reaction is known as the reduction reaction. So this example is of oxidation reduction reaction, or it is also known as redox reaction, in which in single reaction only we are seeing both oxidation and reduction. Now we will study combination reaction in detail. So what is combination reaction? It is a type of reaction in which two or more substances combine to form a new substance. So A plus B is forming a product C. So let's see one example here. burning of coal. Burning of coal is an example of combination reaction. So carbon in the solid state reacts with oxygen in the gaseous form and forms carbon dioxide gas. So this is an example of combination reaction. Let's say another example. Another example is formation of water from hydrogen and oxygen gas. So hydrogen gaseous state, oxygen also in the gaseous state, we will get water H2O in the liquid form. So always mention the states. Whenever you are writing any reaction, you mention the state. Now balance the reaction. Here 2 oxygen, 1 oxygen. So put 2. 2 to the 4 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen. So here also hydrogen and oxygen. Two reactants are there and forming a single product, that is water. It's an example of combination reaction. Another example is example of combination reaction. Some are the exothermic reactions. So the reactions in which lot of amount of heat is released during the formation of products, they are known as exothermic reaction. Example here we will see burning of natural gas is an example of exothermic reaction. So natural gas means methane. CH4 reacts with oxygen and forms carbon dioxide, water, plus large amount of heat is released, which is represented by delta. So you balance the reaction. Here we are getting 2 plus 1, so 4 oxygen, so 2 oxygen, 4 hydrogen, 1 carbon. So reaction is balanced. The state is methane in the gaseous form, it's a gas. Oxygen also in gaseous form, carbon dioxide is also gaseous, and water is in the form of a steam. So this is an example of exothermic reaction. So burning of natural gas, you can see it's a combustion reaction also. So anything which burns in presence of oxygen, we will get carbon dioxide and water. And here large amount of heat is released. That is why we say this is a exothermic reaction. Another example of exothermic reaction is respiration reaction. Respiration reaction. So respiration. So we all know that for living, we need energy and we get this energy from the food we eat. So the energy giving foods are carbohydrates. So carbohydrates means rice, potatoes, bread. These all are carbohydrates and these all are energy giving foods. So these carbohydrates are broken down into simpler substance and they form glucose. And this glucose which combine with oxygen in the cells of our body and produce energy. So this special type of reaction which is taking place in our body, that is called as a respiration process. So in this glucose, that is C6H12O6, this is glucose. They combine with oxygen which is present in our cell. So glucose is in the aqueous form and again oxygen aqueous form. It reacts with giving carbon dioxide, water and large amount of energy. So here just balance the reaction. 6CO2, 6CO2, 6O2, 6CO2 and 6H2O. This is also in aqueous and this is in liquid. So this is an example of exothermic reaction in which again large amount of heat is released. Next example is the decomposition of vegetable matter. So that is also one example of decomposition of vegetable matter. It will decompose into compost. So this is also an example of exothermic reaction in which large amount of heat is released here. The next example we will see about the combination reaction is another example for combination is calcium oxide. So calcium oxide reacts with water and produces calcium hydroxide, and it will produce calcium hydroxide plus again here large amount of heat is released. So we can say this is also an example of exothermic reaction. So what happens here is this calcium oxide is known as quicklime and calcium hydroxide is known as flake lime. So calcium oxide reacts with water and forms calcium hydroxide and large amount of heat is released. So this calcium hydroxide that is known as flake lime. Okay, so this is used for whitewashing of the walls. This is used for whitewashing of the walls. So when we do whitewashing of the walls by this calcium hydroxide, then after 2 or 3 days, what it will do? It will react with the carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere and it will form calcium carbonate plus water here. Calcium carbonate is in the solid form and water in the liquid form. So due to the formation of calcium carbonate, we will get a smooth or shiny finish in the walls. Due to the formation of this, we will get shiny finish in the walls. So remember, calcium carbonate, the other name is marble. Another name for the calcium carbonate is known as the marble. So this is all about combination reaction in which two reactant or two or more reactant react to form a products. So here, so this is one of the type of the chemical reaction. Thank you very much.